What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be jumping into the Baba Shop and spending all of our 10th anniversary resources that we have not yet spent. Obviously, some of them went very early in the celebration. Some of them definitely could not wait. But yeah, we'll go ahead and jump over there and take a look at all the different things that we got. So there are quite a few different treasure items that I want to expend here today, including some paid dragon stones and anniversary coins, things like that. But the very first thing that I want to start out with is the secret treasure chest here, because they added a Pure Saiyans category exclusive chest with the Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta banner. And this is like one of the best ones that we've ever seen, right? These category exclusive ones, like oftentimes they are these kind of iffy categories, like these other ones that you're seeing here. I probably would pass on like most, if not all, of these that usually come up, but Pure Saiyans is such a widespread category with some of the best characters in the game that it's definitely going to be worthwhile for us to drain this treasure chest here. As you can see, I have 150 of these tickets. This technically isn't like a 10th anniversary exclusive thing, but I figure I might as well lump it in here because I did want to take advantage of draining this pool of summon, or of, you know, I guess it is technically summons that we could do while this is active. So let's go ahead and jump in here and do this. Also, I guess it should be a quick PSA for those of you that are the summon junkies that want to see me actually summon for units. We do have a pool of the 10th anniversary ticket summons that we're going to be doing at the very end of this. So that'll be the very last thing that we do at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. We do have some of those coming as well. Okay. So I absolutely hate these. I really wish that they would get rid of these out of the game. These attack and defense ones just do nothing. They are not good skills, and they don't... it's just... I rant about it the same way every single time. They are like not focused. Like usually when you're placing skill orbs on a character, you're trying to focus on either offensive abilities or defensive abilities. There's usually no reason why you would need both of those abilities in one, on top of them not being as good of skills as basically any of the other skills that you could get. I would argue that critical hit, additional, and dodge are the best, and then below that would be super attack boost, and raw stats being like attack and defense. And then below that would be like the HP recovery, the type attack and type defense that you see here, and then like the raw HP stat ones would be all at the bottom tier. So yeah, definitely don't like those skill orbs and would love to see none of them ever again. Let's see, is this a 2 combo? Okay, would have liked for that to be a 2 evasion, but that's fine. I did a pool of these on my JP account already, and I did manage to get a couple of these really, really good gold ones up here that have like the level 6s and stuff, so I'm hoping to see at least a couple of those in here. Hopefully we don't get shafted too hard. Okay, so we get a level 6, but again, it's of this crap one that we're never going to use, so that kind of sucks. It should be like a 6-5, right? Yeah. Ugh, okay. All the levels of the things that we're seeing here are pretty low. This is nice. The level 8 defense, we'll definitely take that. That is quite usable. I suppose this is alright as well. It's just the fact that this could have been... It's going to be like a, what, a 4-3? Yeah, 4-3. I guess that's usable, but like, had that been like a 5-4 or even a 6-5, that obviously would be a lot better. And then this is a crit 2. Dang, evasion 1 again. Okay, we only have one more try at this before the chest is depleted, so hopefully we can get something. No? Wow. Okay, that's actually really disappointing. On my JP, I managed to get 2 different skill orbs that were the gold ones that were like the level 6s. This is actually pretty good. A 4 evasion isn't bad. So with the extra crit on there, that's not the worst. Did we get... This one's probably a 4-3. Since it wasn't stacked on top of the other one, right? Yeah. Okay, that's not terrible. And then this one is going to be 4 combo attack and, what, 3 evasion? Yeah, okay. Well, that could have gone better, honestly. That is a little bit disappointing, but... okay, is what it is. I guess we just continue to save these up for the foreseeable future until another really amazing Category 1 comes along, right? Alright, so now let's move over here to the treasure chest. We'll start at the very back here and work our way forward because we have the best stuff to spend all the way at the very front there. Okay, so I don't need to spend any coins. I actually probably should do some updated videos. I think I will do some updated guide videos because there's so many units in here. Basically for all of the banners from the anniversary, and then now we're, you know, at the end of the anniversary celebration where all of the, like, easy A's and stuff have happened, so the power level of a lot of these characters has shifted. So yeah, I probably should do an updated video for those, the coin shops. I think I will. But yeah, I don't need to purchase anything. We have a copy of every single card that's in both of these shops. We did pick up a copy of this Broly, but obviously I wasn't going to wait all the way until the end of the anniversary to do that because I've been using him quite a bit throughout the anniversary. So yeah, that was the only unit that I needed to pick up with coins there, and then everybody else I've got. Same deal here. We've already got a copy of every single one of these units, and I wouldn't say that any of these are worth duping out for me, so especially considering the limited number of coins that I have, right? Okay, so Incredible Gems, nothing new to spend there. Battlefield Shop, nothing new there. Yeah, Victory Lights, we don't have to spend any of. In fact, we haven't spent these in a long time. I believe there was one point, I want to say it was like 2 years ago during the Dragon Ball Heroes celebration. I was actually decently low on Kais, and because I went and rainbowed the entire banner, yeah, this was around the time when I was spending a lot of money on the game, so I was getting copies of every single new unit that was coming out. So I was utilizing a lot more Kais on things. This was also kind of around the time where I was farming up, you know, a lot of SSR copies for units and stuff, so I was using a lot more Kais to get units rainbowed and things like that. And then the Heroes celebration hit, and I rainbowed the banners, including getting a lot of SSR copies for those units as well. So I just used hundreds of Kais on all of those units, especially because there were a bunch of easy A's that came out along with that, and I Kai'd obviously for those as well. So yeah, I did have to dip into my Victory Lights quite a bit, just to make sure to have enough Kais to finish off all of those units. Now we're back to the point where I have like 500 plus Elder Kais, so I don't really need to spend these yet. I do still have a lot of units in my box that need to be Kai'd up, but, you know, we're pacing it out as we link level them, and it seems like we're keeping up with the amount of Kais. So we don't need to spend those, and then these we're obviously going to wait until the next batch of 10 Extreme Super Battle Road stages come out, because then they add the stamina increase and the box space and stuff in here and the stickers. I would much rather spend on those than these, so we'll wait on those. Okay, and then we just have the anniversary coins themselves. I'm just going to let these sit, and then they'll auto convert into the normal coins, right? The normal, like, red and blue coins at the end of the anniversary. I don't have enough of them to do anything with them anyway. Same thing with the Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta coins. I didn't get any because I completely skipped summoning on that. Okay, we can skip past a lot of this, you know, just farmable currency from these events. This one, so I've been considering actually picking up. So the thing is, 200 of these would get me, like, so much more than just one of these Link Skill Orbs, but I really have been considering picking up one of those. It's just been staring me in the face for so long. Obviously, I don't need any of these keys at the bottom. The other thing would be Kais, but every time a new Peton battle comes around, they add more Kais in here, and there is a batch of Kais that you can get that's actually cheaper than the 180. That's why I haven't bought those ones. So yeah, I'm not sure what the, like, we haven't seen these new Baba sticker cards enough times yet to really know what the best strategies are. That's why I'm just being smart and hanging on to them, because they are transferable between Petons, right? For the World Tournaments, you know, I'm waiting to basically pick up SSR copies of any of these guys, so we don't really need, or basically every single card that's in here, we already have the top copy rainbowed and an SSR copy of every single one of them. So I'm just going to keep saving all of these until we eventually have more and more of these cards, these, you know, World Tournament units that need to be rainbowed. But until then, just going to hang on to those. And then obviously I would be using them on Easy A medals for the LRs as those pop. Okay, this was one of the main reasons why I was really, really excited to make this video. Boom, we need to do all of this right now. I've been saving these up for a couple of weeks now, as you can see. So we are going to buy all of those, get ourselves 15 Dragon Stones. That is the only thing that we're ever going to buy with these Dragon Ores, is just Dragon Stones. Obviously, we have access to these medals, which I don't need. I've got like thousands of each, or about 1,000 of each, which is plenty for me at this point. And then obviously we don't need the extra Zenny, and the Kais just, to me, would not be as worth it as the stones would be here, especially because of how expensive they are, right? You would only be able to get 1 Kai, or I guess it would be the equivalent of 5 Dragon Stones, which makes sense. But yeah, I would rather have the Dragon Stones because my stone count is actually looking very, very low right now, just because I've been going so hard in the Training in the Clouds event. So yeah, I definitely needed to do this. And even though we have a couple more days of earning like anniversary coins and things like that, I needed to do this now to make sure I didn't actually run out of stones and not be able to link level, right? So that was the main motivation for doing this today. Okay, so then we have our burst coins here from the most recent burst mode, from the Shenron red zone. So usually what I do with these is I just pick up the dodge skill orbs because they're level 5s, and then with the remaining, with the remaining like burst coins that I have, I just go and pick up hidden potential orbs. So I think that's what we're gonna go ahead and do here. So these ones are final trump card. Those should definitely have a use for me. I actually just now realized that these aren't EX skill orbs. That kind of sucks. This is one of the only places where we're consistently getting skill orbs that aren't EX, right? For the most part, they're the ones that they give out like from red zone missions and anniversary battle missions. All of those are EX, and then the ones that are dropping from the Whis event are EX. All the ones that we just got from the little treasure chest are EX skill orbs. So yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing that I just realized. Okay, let's see what this category is. GT Heroes, yeah. GT Heroes is quite good at this point. There are quite a few good units in there, and because we do have a, we have an anniversary LR that leads Giant Ape Power, I can imagine we're going to see some more GT Heroes buffs coming soon. So yeah, definitely wise to stock up on these, have a couple of those laying around. Alright, so we've got 180 left. That's not a ton, but it should be enough for us to get a little bit of orbs here. So I guess let's just double check. You know what's going to be quicker? Instead of looking through these manually, usually since I'm already in that shop, I just look there, but let's go ahead and just take a look here so we can see it all at once. Okay, so I think tech orbs is where I'm going to probably prioritize. As you can see, I do have the lowest amount of tech orbs versus everything else, which makes sense because the Training in the Clouds event is you're fighting against an AGL enemy. So I have been prioritizing tech units primarily in there, so I am a little bit lower on tech orbs. So I guess for now, we'll go ahead and go with that. So yeah, let's just go solely tech orbs here. And then I guess we can just split our spoils between like the smalls, mediums, and larges. So spend 60 coins on each and call it good. I don't really want to think too hard about it. When these burst coin things first came out, I would spend so much time sitting here and trying to like evenly distribute the coins and make it so that when I was finished spending, everything had like very, very even amounts and stuff and make everything equal. But at this point, it's like orbs come in all the time. It's probably fine. Okay, so there we go. Burst coins have been spent. That is lovely. Okay, so yeah, obviously these are something that we weren't able to save. I did a video spending these and using them much earlier in the anniversary. Obviously, we bought all those silver keys, which would have allowed us to farm up these special events for the EX skill orbs, or for just skill orbs in general. For all of these events. And then, as you can see here, I still have 20 of these keys left. I think we got 25 initially. There are only a couple of these events that were even worth farming up. I did make a video on this. I played every single one of these events once just to check out and see how worthwhile they would be. And some of them are much worse than others and don't give you that good of skill orbs. They don't give you as many because they don't have a drop rate bonus. The map would be smaller and just give out fewer per run. The max power of them would be a lot lower. You'd only be getting like level 3s versus level 5s or something like that. And then some of them don't have EX skill orbs and some of them do, right? So yeah, I figured I was just going to wait until after the anniversary was over. These events shouldn't go away ever. They should probably just sit here indefinitely. So there's no rush to use these keys before the anniversary ends or anything like that. And I just didn't want to bother spending the extra time doing that while I was trying to link level, right? So I still have those keys sitting, but we did already purchase the items there. Okay, so next big one. We have the anniversary coins. Now, I have not spent any of these anniversary coins yet. So it looks like we are peaking on 1,000. Oh, actually, there should be maybe a couple more in my gift box. Oh, I haven't gotten my daily login yet. Let's see, the day just rolled over like 30 minutes ago. I also haven't completed my dailies. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're not giving any out for the dailies anymore. So yeah, I'll just have to wait for the daily login to get a couple more. But yeah, so right now it's the 13th. The daily logins are going to continue to be active until the 18th. So we have another like 4 days or so worth of logins to collect. So we will get a couple more coins. It's going to be like 7 per day for the next like 4 days or so. And then who knows, maybe they'll give out like some end of anniversary thank you pack. And then we'll get like a little bit more. But for now, this is what we've got. So the biggest priority for me, obviously I could use Kai's. This isn't going to be like the end all be all for me though. I think I wouldn't prioritize that. I don't need any of these cards. All of these cards have a 1 in every slot. Basically none of them even Dokkan Awaken. So it's pretty easy to just have gotten, you know, since ancient times I've had them all rainbowed. Because pretty much I've been playing the game long enough that, you know, other than some of these ancient ones, I never had to buy them in this shop to begin with. I rainbowed them just by playing the game and, like, earning them when you would earn them. And then, you know, last anniversary, I went through and spent a bunch of coins getting the SSR copies of all of them, which obviously I only needed to buy 1 of each, and then they were done. Okay, so we don't need any of these medals. Definitely wouldn't get any of these medals. All this stuff is available in the Baba shop. That's all crap items. The meat is enticing, because this is basically equivalent to Dragon Stones for me, right? Now, it's not that many Dragon Stones, because if you consider each of these... Let's see, this right here would be 400 stamina. So my max stamina is basically 400. So getting all 4 of those would essentially equal 1 Dragon Stone for me, right? Because 1 Dragon Stone would just fully refill my stamina anyway. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind when buying meat, is that usually for players that have really, really big stamina bars, the rate at which it would cost for you to buy the meat is not quite as worth. So yeah, that would be what, 28 coins would it'd be the equivalent of 1 Dragon Stone, which I guess, I mean, that's not like a terrible value. Okay, obviously won't spend any of this stuff like Zenny, Gravity Chambers, we've got thousands of, right? I'm looking at like 5,000 plus of these because of the Training in the Clouds event. Unfortunately, after they did the revamp, they took away your ability to farm up these Gravity Chambers. If they hadn't, I would have been at maxed out. For sure, I would have been at 99999 of these. Easily, because I'm like over 100,000 of the Proof of Mastery that you get to farm up from that event at this point. Just because you can get so much of it now, right? But yeah, I've been farming that event a lot, so definitely don't need any of those. Wouldn't get any of these support items as well. Wouldn't recommend that. But this down here, yes, this is what we want. And then obviously these medals, don't ever get those. Those are just available with Zenny and stuff. So this is the main thing that we've been saving all of our anniversary coins for. So I already did the math on it. You need 750 anniversary coins in order to be able to buy all of this. So this is the very first thing that we're going to drain. Now, I totally understand that most players would be looking at me sideways for this. Most players have infinite potential orbs and will never need any more, right? Because they just give out so many. It's so easy to get them from farming up all the easy A stages and stuff. And, you know, I have found that a lot of players don't even need to run the daily hidden potential stages in order to have enough potential orbs to keep their account running, right? That is not the case for me, because I've collected every single unit in the game, and all the SSR copies of every unit in the game, you know, and then going for the uneasy aid TURs, things like that, right? There are a lot of units that I have got to farm up. In my last link level update video, I actually was doing a little bit of a comparison based on the rest of the community and like how much hidden potential system investment there is on, you know, per account, and I found that I was about like what, fourth or fifth place, something like that, overall of anyone that I could find in the world. Obviously I was targeting, you know, mainly hunting like very high power level accounts, so I'm sure that there are those 1 or 2 other people that have very low power levels that just randomly have invested a ton of hidden potential, you know, mainly through like doing very well in the world tournament has given you a lot over time if you've consistently placed very high in that, which I have done, but not quite as well as some other players who are like over 600,000 on their hidden potential system investment. But yeah, I've done a lot, more than even like the Truth DT. I'm above him right now, so if that gives you some perspective of like how high my investment is. But even that being considered, if we go take a look at my box really quick, I guess the easiest place would be on the link level tab here, and then we can go by activation. I guess we'll just show UR characters. Okay, so check it out. We have these guys all at 0. All of these units are at 0. All those units are at 0. They all are going to need hidden potential investment. And based on, you know, seeing my orbs, I don't have enough for all of these characters yet. So I still am going to be prioritizing getting enough hidden potential orbs until we have basically our entire box rainbowed. And then on top of that, I also have all of these guys that eventually I could spend hidden potential orbs on. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to do this until I have the rest of my box finished, but that is a long-term goal. And then these guys as well. And there are a bunch more of these that are currently reversed into their TUR state. So a bunch of those as well are also at 0%. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. That's why I am doing that whack thing and buying all those hidden potential orbs. Okay, so all the hidden potential orbs are purchased now, and we've got 215 left. So I guess the question mark at this point is like, what do we buy, right? I think we will go ahead and pull the trigger on the meat. Can never get enough of this. Just because it is equivalent to Dragon Stones, I think it makes sense to buy it. So we'll go ahead and take some of that. And then, because we don't need any of these cards or anything, I guess the last thing would just be Kai's. Yeah. So let's see. How many can we actually get? Let's see. Not a math junkie. Not a math junkie. 187 divided by 12 equals... So we can get 15 of them. Okay, so then I guess just... There's 5 here. There's 5 typings, so we should just buy 3 of each. And call it good. And then we should be basically out of coins at that point. And then, yeah, once we actually finish getting all the rest of the daily logins, I'll probably just jump over here and buy a few more Kais with whatever remaining amount that we have. Since, yeah, there's basically nothing else in here that is appealing to me to buy at all. Yeah, that's probably going to be the way we go. Okay. All right, so now we're getting into the real fancy stuff. I saved these stones as long as I could. I do have stones on each of these stacks here. So I did already spend 2 of the 3 red stones that they gave out. So the unit that I spent them on was this guy right here. So yeah, as you can see, everybody's got 3 times left, 3 times left. He has 1 times left because I already purchased 2 of him. He was only at 79% for me. But I wanted to rainbow him for the burst mode because I was attempting to get a maximum score in that burst mode, and that was actually very, very difficult to do. And this was the weakest unit on the team, was the tech type unit that we had to use from GT Heroes. So I decided to at least give myself the best shot and rainbow him. So I didn't want to spend these coins until the very end, until this video. But I did have to spend these stones earlier just to try and rainbow this guy for that video specifically. So I did do that already, and there was a secondary reason why I was okay spending those coins, or these stones on him. And this is a segue that I want to get into, which is going to help determine which units we actually purchase with these stones here. So, if you'll notice, I did mention he was at 79% and I went and rainbowed him, but there's also this SSR copy sitting. Now, I had him at 79%, but then I also had an SSR copy at 55%. So, one of the problems that historically happened in my account is this hidden potential tab got massively overloaded with characters over time. Let's go ahead and organize by character here. Because, you know, historically, something that I decided to do, you know, when I was deep in the link leveling journey, was I would pick up an initial copy of the card, and then once I got that first copy to 55%, I would immediately farm up an SSR copy for them. But then that created this little kind of problem that you're seeing before you, where I've got all of these units where the game is indicating I have an available dupe to feed in, but it's actually just another version of the card that I'm intending to keep, right? Because it's telling me right here, like, oh, your Android 21 is at 90%. Because I have another copy sitting here at 55%, so it thinks that I want to feed that into this copy. So now they're both flashing as a feed-in copy for each other. And that's happening for so many different units in here. There was about 3 or 4 times as many before, and it just bogged down this shop like crazy, and it made it really, really annoying for me to do box maintenance. So one thing that happens, right, is when I feed in a unit, right, whenever you feed in a unit, the unit reverses itself. But because I have so many SSR copies of units and stuff, if we go, like, let's go ahead and take a look at the reverse tag here. These are all units that are currently reversed that can be re-Dokkan Awakened. If I were to do what I assume you probably do, and, you know, every time I summon, I pull a bunch of, you know, new units and stuff, you guys can even see how long it takes the like lag between pressing the buttons to get back here even. That lag was way worse when I had more units sitting in here. That was like a big part of the issue. But so basically what I'm saying is you would reverse the unit, and if I sit here and feed in all of my units and then have a bunch of random units that are actually top copies of units that are reversed, then I have to go into that reverse tag and hunt through hundreds and hundreds of units to find the ones that I actually wanted to reverse back to their final form. So the best way to keep track of that for me would be to feed in the copies of the unit, activate the hidden potential, and then immediately go to the reversal tag, right? So like once you've fed in the copies, then you could just go here, go to the reverse tag, which obviously we're not going to do because it would be the opposite direction. And then you would be, you know, you would re-reverse the unit, then you'd be here, and then you have to go back here and go to hidden potential. And you just saw those couple seconds of lag. That's with however many units are in here now. With way more units in here like there were before, that lag was insane. It took me hours to clear out my box after doing just a couple hundred stones of summoning. Well, maybe like 1,000 stones of summoning and getting a lot of new units. So because of that, I decided that wasn't a good idea anymore. So in the last like year and a half or so, I have been working on retroactively fixing that, and I'm no longer going to be keeping, you know, the 55% all the way down. I'm just going to rainbow the units as I get them, and then move down with the copies like I should. So because of that, there are quite a few units in here that are available with those stones that I can, you know, remove from this box. So really quick, we'll just look through and show the ones that I want to prioritize. So banner units are not going to be a priority. I don't even think that there's banner units I could get with those stones anyway, so not a big deal. And then there are also LRs in here, like yellow coin LRs, like this guy, for instance, or the God Goku and Hit, you know, the Goku Trunks and Pan. We're not going to be prioritizing those either. I think the main priority, the smartest thing, would be the very hardest units for me to obtain, which are Dokkan Fests at this point, right? So we're just going to be prioritizing Dokkan Fests. So yeah, we'll take a look through here and peek. So this guy doesn't really count because he's a heroes unit. Obviously, he's not available anyway. This is a banner unit. Gamma 1 is top of the list. This is one of the units that is available in there that I'm thinking we'll pick up. We only need one copy of him to be able to rainbow that top copy, and then he will finally disappear from this shop. We have the Blue Goku and Vegeta. So now their SSR copy just has a different name, so it's down here. But yeah, so we would need 2 copies of him. Again, these are yellow coin LRs. We'll go ahead and skip out on them. This is just a banner unit fallacy that happens because I was doing something else previously where I would farm up the top copy, farm up the SSR copy, and then I would farm up the unawakened SSR, and then the uneasy aid TUR. By doing them in that order, I created the same problem, where this SSR is sitting in my box, and it thinks that I could use this as an available character to feed into that one. So that's something else that I've stopped doing as well. Now I'm farming up the top copy, the SSR, then I do the uneasy ATUR, and then I'll do the unawakened SSR last, just to avoid units showing up in this shop like that in the future. But again, a banner unit, not going to worry about it. Okay, this is a yellow coin LR, World Tournament LR. Okay, so now this is a Dokkan Fest LR, so technically it would count. The only reason why I'm exempting it is because the top copy is already rainbowed. I want to prioritize units where the very top copy of it is not yet rainbowed, and this is just the TUR and SSR, so I am going to leave those. Here we've got another Heroes character, another Yellow Coin LR, which again is just the TUR and SSR anyway. Okay, so this is another unit that we want to prioritize, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku here. He is at 90%, so we'd only need one copy of him in order to get him rainbowed. Frieza is a Yellow Coin LR. That's another one of those SSR unique situations. This is the SSR and TUR for the LR UI Goku. Another banner unit, banner units. Okay, Bardock is another Dokkan Fest that we have the option to get here. We actually still need 3 copies of, you know, to feed into his top copy before this, before he will eventually disappear out of here. So, long way to go for that card, unfortunately. Okay, World Tournament unit, banner units, Dokkan Fest LR, but again, this is just the TUR and SSR, so not a priority here. Oh, okay, so this is a Dokkan Fest, but same deal as, like, the Vados. It's just because I already farmed up the Unawakened SSR that it's even showing an available, like, thing here, so not a big deal there. Her top copy has long since been rainbowed. Okay, more World Tournament LRs here, some more banner units. Okay, another World Tournament unit, and then we've got 23rd World Tournament Goku. So I actually only have ever gotten 2 copies of this guy, so his top copy is still at 55%, so this is another unit that is a big priority for us to take care of here. And then this is another Dokkan Fest LR, but again, it's just the TUR and SSR, so I'm not worried about it, and then these are just some more banner units. Okay, so there we go. We've taken a look at every single unit in here, and it looks like we have got the 23rd World Tournament Goku, the Tech Bardock, the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, the Gamma 1, and the Blue Boys. That is the only units in here that are a priority right now to pick up with these stones. So keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look. So right here you can see we do have the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, so that would be our very top priority. Let's go ahead and keep scrolling through and see if there's anything else in this Redstone shop that we needed. Probably not. Yeah, he was one of them, but we had already gotten his 2 copies, so he has disappeared out of that shop since then. None of these other units are ones that we need, and then, yeah, all of these are, like, way too old. We've long since had all of these rainbowed. And then, okay, yeah, and then it does switch from Dokkan Fest down into, like, Yellow Coin LRs here, but again, Yellow Coin LRs are not something that we're going to be prioritizing, especially because there was no top copies that needed to be rainbowed in there anyway, right? Okay, so we've got one redstone left and only 1 unit in here that we needed off of that list. So we're going to go ahead and pick him up. And now we can rainbow that guy. Okay, so we have 3 of these purple stones here. So let's go ahead and glance through the list in the same fashion. Now, obviously, some of these newer units on the list, I do need to still rainbow. A lot of these units I do not have rainbowed yet, but again, I do want to prioritize cleaning up that hidden potential box, especially because most of these units are kind of subpar anyway, and we're going to have to wait for them to easy A for them to be, like, really usable in the meta at this point anyway. Okay, so we have 23rd World Tournament Goku here as 1. We do have Bardock as 2. We have Gamma 1 as 3. And then we have them as 4. So yeah, all of the other 4 units, because there was 5 altogether, right? And we just finished one of them, so that was the only other 4 that were available there. They're all here. But we only have 3 stones. And if you notice, we can only buy 1 copy of each of them, because we did need multiple copies of some of them, but these are all limited to a purchase of 1 anyway. So basically, we're just going to have to decide which 3 of those 4 that we want. And I think that my decision is going to be to get everyone except for Bardock. This is one of my least used Dokkan Fests, and especially of those 4 characters. And I never liked his kit to begin with, and I could imagine that even post-EZA is probably not a unit I'm going to get much use out of, just because of the kind of character that he is and, like, the restrictions in his kit and stuff. Never been super much, like, a fan of him. So I'll probably pass on Bardock. I think it would be wiser for me to get the other ones. So yeah, let's go ahead and start with the 23rd World Tournament Goku here, which is exciting because he is actually still like somewhat a usable unit. I would say much more so than like the Bardock, right? Same deal with the Gamma 1. Still somewhat a usable unit. Again, much more so than Bardock. And then might as well pick up a dupe for these guys. I would say they're probably the worst of the three that we just got here, but no big deal. We still need them for that eventual goal. Alright, awesome. And then for the very last stone here, so there are no characters in here that are, you know, on that list of characters that we were looking at. For this list of characters, we're actually looking at something different, which is a bit of a more normal Dokkan player mindset, which is we got to get, like, the best unit in here, right? So obviously, I do have a lot of these units rainbowed. I don't think I'll bother, like, showing it in the hidden potential tag. You'll just have to take my word for it. Most of these guys are rainbowed. Most of the best ones on the list are rainbowed. And if not, they are at least at like 79%. So there are a few different units that I was considering here. Beast Gohan, obviously, chief among them. He is debatably the best unit on this list of characters anyway. Mine is 79%, so this could be a 90% pull for me. Another really good unit would be Bulma, but I do have her rainbowed already, so I'm not worried about that. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, so, like, both of these guys are really good now. I would say especially the Vegeta post-EZA, but I do have him rainbowed. The 7th anniversary LRs are both insane at this point and definitely worth this stone. I do have the Super Saiyan 4s rainbowed, but the LR gods are at 90%, so that is another one that I'm considering here, is picking them up to get that final copy and get them rainbowed. And then moving down, we have the Namek Goku and the Full Power Frieza. Both of them are really, really strong. I have the Namek Goku already rainbowed. The Frieza is at 90%, so that's another unit that I could potentially consider getting up to, you know, the rainbow level. And then Gogeta and Janemba are both amazing units as well that would be worth this stone, but I already have both of them rainbowed. And then UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta would be good pulls as well, but again, have both of them rainbowed, don't need to worry about that. And then, yeah, nobody else, everybody else on the list that we skipped is a little bit more subpar. So of all of those units, I would say Full Power Frieza is probably not going to be worth. I feel like I get the least amount of use out of him being a villain card and stuff. And especially if you consider the fact that there's not really many other good Wicked Bloodline cards in the game. He doesn't have the most viable linking partners at this point. He just doesn't have like a strong place in the meta. I definitely wouldn't waste the stone on him. Already being at 90% feels good enough to me. Where I would want to min-max, I think ideally would be between the gods and Beast Gohan. That's where I am kind of like splitting my decision here. Now, what is basically made this decision for me is in the last 24 hours. Oh, here's my daily login. Now we get some more coins. Yay. So we can see, yeah, we've literally got like 4 days left of these daily logins, and then we're about to run out of coins that we're getting. Okay, so yeah, literally last night, a brand new event dropped, and it is this one, the Challenge the Limits Festival of Battles. This is the hardest event that has ever come to Dokkan Battle, and as of right now, there's basically one team build that can beat this event, right? So that team build here, let's see, everybody should be on Pure Saiyans. Let me show you what that team build looks like. It's that. It is him, and all the way at the bottom here, we have got... Where is he at? That. Okay. So, yeah, this is the only team build in the game that I have seen so far that has been able to clear through stage 50. This exact team build right here. Not a single unit different. Some people have been trying to use a Glorio team. Some people have been trying to use, you know, various different builds with different ideas in here. In fact, in my video where I attempted it for the first time, I used this exact team except for the GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I had AGL-UI Goku in his place, and I failed. So this is the team that does it. Now, as you can see here, I only have 2 units rainbowed. Obviously, I've only got the, you know, the 10th Annie LRs here to not very high dupe levels. Both of them literally only 55%. So that hurts enough already. And then I do have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku to 79%, which is a little bit better. But yeah, the LR gods here, basically getting that extra copy of them and getting them rainbowed, I feel like ultimately is going to be more worth than the Beast Gohan. Simply for the possibility of clearing this event, because you need him for here, right? And Beast Gohan is not a unit that you could consider bringing into here, just because of how many ridiculous like HP pools you have to blow through really quickly towards the end of the fight. You need units that are stacking offense and defense, so the LR gods are going to be a prime pick for that. So I think maximizing the amount of stats that I can get for them to help me actually clear through this event is going to be more worthwhile. So yeah, basically that's kind of my defense point behind getting the LR gods over Beast Gohan, is that there is still missions within the game and titles within the game that I have not earned, and the LR gods are going to help me get there, and Beast Gohan will not. So because of that, that is going to make my final decision here. We will go ahead and buy the LR gods, and now we have them rainbowed. Wonderful stuff. Okay, so I guess I won't bore you guys with actually rainbowing all of those units or feeding in all the dupes of those units on camera. We bought them, we already showed their dupe paths and stuff, so you get the idea. I guess since we're already 40 minutes in here, let's go ahead and deplete the rest of these tickets that we've got, right? Okay, yeah, so we are going to get a couple of more of these tickets, like 4 or 5 more, through the next couple of days, but it's not going to be enough to get us another multi. So basically we're just going to do the 77 tickets worth of multis here, and then I can just do the singles on my own off camera. I'm probably not going to get anything amazing from them anyway. Okay, so as a quick reminder of what we are hunting for here, we are basically just looking for Mai at this point. We already got lucky enough to pull Coquette on the first bout of these ticket summons that we did earlier in the anniversary. So yeah, we're just looking for Mai. I'm pretty sure she's the only featured unit that we don't have at this point. Yeah, just her, just her. And then actually, I need to pull up the banner again on the wiki, because I can't remember what the, like how far back the LRs go. Like as far as the unfeatured LRs. I can't remember if there were any LRs that we're missing that are available on this banner, basically, is what I'm trying to get at here. Let's see, let's see. Okay, unfeatured. I might as well show this to you guys as well. Okay, so in the unfeatured pool, it looks like it goes as early as, or as late as Cell Max. Okay, so we have the Ginyu Force here. And that's it. Yeah, so of the LRs that I'm missing, the Ginyu Force is the only one that's there then. Because yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at my little Dokkan Awaken tab here. Filter by unacquired. Yeah, so it's just the Ginyu Force and then Gohan and Piccolo. But the Gohan and Piccolo is too new. They're not on that banner. So yeah, unfortunately, it's just him. So there's literally one featured unit and one unfeatured unit that I don't have. Oh, well, actually, yeah, that is true. That is true, because this Piccolo and Vegeta is too new as well. They're also not unfeatured on the banner. So yeah, obviously, it would be tight to pull some copies of Cell Max. He is probably, like, by far the best unfeatured unit on the banner. So that would be insane to pull a copy of him, but we do already have him, right? So as far as hunting for new units, it's just Mai and the Ginyu that we'll be looking for. So we will be jumping for joy at any animations we can get, like that one. There we go. That guarantees us a featured unit or an LR. I suppose that could also mean 3 unfeatured, which I definitely would take on a 7-unit multi that isn't GSSR, right? So, even if it procs for that, that isn't the worst thing, right? Especially because there are a lot of unfeatured LRs in here that we could potentially get. And as you guys saw with my hidden potential tag, there are a lot of yellow coin LRs that I could use to help fill out a lot of those units, right? If memory serves, in the first half of these ticket summons that we didn't get a single LR, which was actually kind of a bummer. I guess I'll take that. They're already rainbowed, so that's just a dupe for the SSR, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, see, better than like that. That's not what we want to see happen here, right? Just a Trunks flying in. This is more than likely just going to be 7 SRs, unfortunately. We'll see, though. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Okay, yeah, we just get a random... Okay, so we still got a couple SSRs in there. Just random ones that we can't really use much of, but that is fine. It always equates to more link leveling characters, right? Because, you know, maybe those were just... I obviously don't keep track of, like, the lower copies of these cards and stuff. Maybe those were just dupes for their SSRs. Maybe those were... You know, because at any point, basically, if I've already... Once I get to the point where I've rainbowed the SSR, then I can keep another copy of the card for the you know, the uneasy TUR or the, like, unawakened SSR, things like that. So yeah, getting those banner units is always good. There are very few banner units where I have a 1 in every slot for, like, literally every single part of it. And they're already an easy A character that I literally just can't use any more copies of, right? So for the most part, I will take any and all SSRs that we get. Okay, so we get another trio flying in. They gifted us with a featured SSR last time. Can we see Mai here, maybe, please? That would be insane. Especially because we did already get the Coquette, right? That would be really, really cool to have picked up both of them for free off of these tickets. Obviously, if we don't get her here, it's not going to be the biggest deal ever. She's still going to be, like, a very, like, possible pull at any point in the future. Wow, we keep getting the trio. What is going on here? We do keep getting, like, a featured unit with it, but it's just not the right one. I guess since we're hunting through a pool of, like, how many featured units are there here? So many. Let's see. What is that? 20? Yeah, there's 20 featured units, so a 1 in 20 chance. Okay, and it looks like Baby is the featured unit that we got that animation for. Could we see another, though? It is possible to get a second one. Or are we just coping? Oh. Oh, wait. Okay, that's the AGL Dispo. I thought it was the STR Dispo. That actually would have been really cool, because I don't... Oh. No way. Dude. Okay, well, I'll take it. I'll take it. That is a... You know, because obviously the other two, those are just, like, SSR dupes. This is now, she's at 69%, because I only had the one copy of her. So, I guess I'll take that, but, like... why couldn't that have been the Mai? Why couldn't that have been the Mai? But hey, I guess I wasn't coping. We still did have another featured unit in there. So, that's exciting, I guess. Okay, nothing too crazy on the fly-in for this multi. I guess we'll go ahead and speed through this one. Not a lot of faith in this multi after the heat on the last one. Yeah, just SRs there. No big deal. Okay, we've got 5 multis left here. Nobody flying in. Oof. Oof. That's no good. And yeah, still we've seen zero LR pulls. Okay, well, we get the Super Saiyan 3 animation, which is good. The rare occasion that it does indicate something, so now we know we're going to get an SSR here. Pan. Okay. Can never really be mad at pulling Pan. I like the character a lot from the movie, and the art looks really cool. Anytime those superhero characters bless me with their artwork on the screen is nice. But you know something that's funny? One of those cards that's sitting in my hidden potential box right now is the Goten and Trunks that were equivalent, that Pan, from the superhero banners when the, you know, Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan first came out. And I still have not pulled enough copies of them to get them out of there. But that Pan I have over rainbowed, and I'm pretty sure her SSR is rainbowed at this point too. So yeah, I have pulled many more of that Pan than the Goten and Trunks, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. So that is another animation for us. Okay, the rainbow is a bigger indicator that it's going to be something featured. Alright, can we get the Mai? Can we get the Mai? Oh my goodness, can we get the Mai? Please, please, please. Ah, that Piccolo is featured, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Oh no. Oh no. That's definitely not what we want to see. Okay, 2 multis left. Yeah, that was like one of the worst pulls we could have gotten from from the featured list, which obviously most of them are pretty bad, but that one especially so. Oh, we get a screen crack, so now we know we're going to get an SSR here. Oh, okay, we finally get an LR. We finally pull an LR. And it is a God Goku and hit, which is one of those yellow coin LRs that's in my hidden potential, where I need to feed in some dupes to the TUR, because we've got that SSR at 55%, so perfect. I will definitely take that. And now I can walk away with my head not hung quite so low that we would have pulled 0 LRs off of this banner for the entirety of the anniversary, right? Last year, I actually did really, really good. If you go back in my summon videos playlist, you can find my ticket summons from the 9th anniversary. And yeah, they were quite good. I want to say I pulled a total of like 7 or 8 LRs off of it altogether. It was just going insane. It was LRs back to back to back. So I definitely wasn't expecting to get like none this time. So I'm glad that we at least got one. And yeah, I guess that's going to be a good enough way to finish it up. I'll go ahead and do just the one single since we have the ticket available here. Me just coping for my. Hey, there's Trunks. And who does Trunks pair with? None other than... It could happen. It could happen. It's probably not going to, but it could happen. Yeah, okay. Alright, well that is going to go ahead and finish up the ticket summons, and ultimately finish up the video here of all of my anniversary resources being spent. So yeah, that is basically everything that we've got. I'm trying to rack my brain and see if there's anything else that we need to spend before we finish up here. I'm pretty sure that was everything, right? Because we went through the entire Baba shop here. There was nothing else there that we would have needed. Yeah, I think that's about it. Because the only other thing that we have left is, like, red zone tickets. But I am probably just going to spend those independently. Like, I'll do an individual video spending all the red zone tickets once we finish all the red zone stages. Because I am still working on getting through those. So, yeah, I think that is going to go ahead and do it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. And don't forget to check out the links in the description below. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.